guys, and welcome. Today we are going to be talking about Celtic Football Club and what has happened this season. For them, it's been a very dark and gloom season. This was meant to be the one where they were pushing for that 10 in a row, but it hasn't planned out to be what it's supposed to be, as it's went from ups and downs to worse to bad, from bad to worse to it's went from everything. So we're going to cover a couple of questions on what needs to be done for Celtic and what's next. I'm saying what's next for Celtic is the start of a rebuild. When they bring in new board, new staff, new manager, sell the players that don't want to be here and bring players who do want to play for the club. I think Neil Lennon will stay until the end of the season. I think that's without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think if we were to sack Neil Lennon today, I don't think any top manager would want to come in and replace him because of the way that the performances are now. I don't think that they would be able to make any difference as what Lennon could do now. Probably next season as he'll have the budget and the players to buy. Well, it's a lot to cover for one season, and it's unacceptable as we've seen from Lennon's style of play this year. It's unacceptable from the way he's approached his job. It's unacceptable the way he approached the media last night. It was an absolute embarrassment for the club. As it couldn't get any worse for Celtic fans after Lowell came out and didn't apologise for anything, but now Lennon's come out and he's had a go at the media. Some points were valid, but the way he addressed it was not valid. Is the league done? Well, in my opinion, it looks very, very away from us. But football is football. You never know what could happen. And especially with the full pandemic, clubs could be hit with big COVID cases, could take their full team out as if it's done to Celtic in the last 2 games. It could be doing that for even longer. Happened at St Mirren, they done it a couple of, sure it was 2 or 3 weeks in a row they were out for. Personally, I think maybe the league is finished, but you don't want to say that until, the goal bar is above the name. Will that be Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, Hibs, St Mirren, any team in Scotland? You never say the league's won until it is won. But it is a very low chance for Celtic to win this after failing to win 2 Old Firms. It's been embarrassing for Celtic this season, and it wouldn't surprise me if they had lost the league by a big margin. The next question we've got here is, what players will leave and what will happen? Well, in my opinion, I've picked the top 4 players I think that will leave. I think Oliver Nitschel will leave at the end of the season. I think he'll go for around about £5 million. I think it's just he's not getting a lot of game time. The midfield's get the likes of Sorrell, Turnbull, Christian McGregor, but there is another chance that somebody else is leaving in that midfield. So Nitschel could come in, but I don't think he will stay again. I think he'll leave and we'll get a different centre half in. Obviously the big one that we all know that's going to happen is I think that Odsonne-Edouard is going to leave. I think Edouard is an outstanding player. I don't think he will last any longer in Scotland. I think he'll make his way away from Scotland, and I think he'll go for around about 20 million to 25 million. There is talks that Leicester are putting in a £30 million offer. That would be absolutely big money in Scotland, but I think that's what he'll go for. The second player who I would hope that wouldn't leave, but I think he will leave because he's too good for Scotland. I think he's probably the best centre half in the league now, Christopher Ajer. I know Celtic have had their doubts with the centre halves and everything, but Ajer is always there, put in performances, done everything he can. I think that Aya will go for around about £15 million. I think he's worth that. I think you would be getting a fantastic player in Aya if he were gone. There was talks of him going to AC Milan last season. There might be talks of him going back. Might be talks of him going there. Might be talks of him going to the Premier League. You never know. I think the other one. I think the other one's going to be Christie that will leave, and I'm sure it's roughly about £10 million we will get for Christie. So if we sell all the 4 players plus the likes of like players who don't want to stay, who want to leave, we've got £5 million for it, and I'm saying 25 for Eddie, so there's £30 million there, 15 for there, 45, so that's £50 million if we sell all the players for the correct price. The next one is what is going to happen to Scott Brown after the season. Will he continue playing? Will he leave? Or will he come into Celtic's coaching room staff? I think after this season, because we're going to be having this full clear out of manager, assistant manager, away, everything, I think we are going to do the full rebuild. So I think Brown will join the coaching staff, and it will be very, very delighted to see him in the coaching staff, is the way he approached the being of the captain. He's a captain, he's a leader. So if you can do that behind the scenes, then that's good. Bring that on. Obviously, McGregor coming into being the kind of captain this season as Brown's been dropped. It's good to have somebody in the back to teach younger players how to do this. Say for the likes of Sorrell and Turnbull and players like that, they could be leading up to be a Celtic captain one day. I don't think so that will happen now. They've not had a chance yet, but that could happen. Make them into leaders and stuff like that. I think that will be Brown's job, and obviously to keep the mentality going in the squad, keep them going, as Brown has done for the last 9 years, last 9 years now. That he's kept the team going, even from when Rangers were in the league, and even when Rangers were out the league. He put Celtic in every best position he can. He's done a lot for a club. He's a brilliant player as well. He's not got the legs anymore to play football. It's a shame, because he is a fantastic player, but every player's career has to come to an end at once, and Brown, if he was to end his career this season, it's been an absolutely fantastic career for Celtic and Scottish football to watch. Next question is, what will the board stay? There's talks about Desmond's son coming in. I've not really read up about that, but I'm making a video about like what the changes and the ins and out will be. I don't think the board will stay. I think Peter Lawwell will be sacked, and rightfully so, as Celtic fans have been calling for that for the last 3-4 years. He's not really done much for the club. I wouldn't say he's an absolute saviour. He's really given us no budget as well. I know if you look at it, we've spent quite a lot of money, but the budget we got, £25 million for Kieran Tierney. That season we seen £6 million of it, or £10 million, sorry. That was it. There's another 15 million sitting there that we needed to spend. We don't have players now. That's it just catching up with us. As soon as we lost Rodgers, Lennon came in, done a fantastic job for a couple of months. I wouldn't have said to actually hire him after just winning a Scottish Cup. I would have said that we would have had better options, but as Lennon knows the ins and outs of the club, yes, we brought him in. He does know he has the experience, but he has been sacked by Hibs and Bolton as well. So his background isn't that bad after Celtic. It's just he's been sacked. That was the only doubtful thing. Is now he should be sacked again, so that would be his third sacking. But once again, Celtic don't sack managers, so they need to try and do something at the end of the season. Agree a deal with him. Don't agree with another contract, because that would kill the club. It's sad to say, because Lennon is a legend at Celtic. He was a fantastic player. He's a fantastic manager in his first spell. It's just this season he's done everything the other way about is what we could have dreamed of. It's not what I would have expected Celtic to be like. It's not what the Celtic Football Club name is. It's not what we expect it to be. It's a fan, it's a club for fans, and it always has been. But this season it's just been a whole different dilemma as what it should be, because fans haven't been allowed in. We can't say anything. Yes, there has been videos of people attacking the bus and stuff like that. Yes, we understand that, but people can't get in and hold the banners up they want. They can't get in and do what they want. As there would be roughly about 60,000 fans all chanting to get him sacked, and it probably would happen because there's 60,000 people, and Lennon would probably step down, because I don't know why you would stay at a club for 60,000 people and the millions across the world to get you sacked as you're not doing a good job. It would have been respectable for Lennon to get sacked or resign after the Scottish Cup final. I would have gave him a bit of respect for that, as he would have left in a high. I know he would have left in a low with the league, but he would have left with a trophy, and I think that's when he should have left. But again, Lennon stayed. He's still gone down. We took the players to Dubai for no reason, just for to train in hot weather. There was no need. But yeah, I think the board and manager and everything, it will be a full clear out. Next, we have who would replace Lennon if sacked or resigned. Well, I've picked the top three managers that are in the running for it. There is the top three. We've got first, we have Eddie Howe. He's obviously took Bournemouth from, I'm sure, League One to the Premier League in just 3 seasons, which is an incredible achievement. Kept him up there for a couple of years. He played 190 games in the Premier League, won 53, drawn 43 and lost 91. He got 3 Manager of the Month awards in Premier League, which is quite reasonable. And Bournemouth is very well run. Bournemouth was very well run under Eddie Howe. It was incredible that he took them from League One to the Premier League in just 3 seasons. I think that's an outstanding achievement. The next manager we have is Martin O'Neill. Obviously, been the manager before, and knows a bit about Celtic, but that was quite a while ago now. In his career, he's played as a manager. He's played almost 1,000 games at 967. He's won 487. He's drawn 239 and he's lost 241. He's got 3 Scottish League titles, 3 Scottish Cups, 1 League Cup, and that was just from Celtic, so that is a fantastic achievement as well. The third one that was a quite interesting one for me is Jack Ross. Jack Ross obviously came from St Mirren, so he started in the Championship with St Mirren. That's when his name started getting put out there. Then he moved from St Mirren to, I'm sure, Sunderland, and then didn't do very well with Sunderland. That Sunderland aren't doing very well now, so can't blame him. He moved back to Scotland with Hibs. They did quite well with him. Last couple of games not very well, but he's done a good quality job at Hibs now. Yeah, he's played 241 games. He's won 119. He's drawn 66, and drawn and lost 62. Jack Ross took St Mirren for the Championship up to the Premiership. Took St Mirren up there very well. Took them up there for the Championship. The style of play done with Hibs was very good, and now the style of he's playing with Hibs, he's making good signings. He's signed that Kevin Nesbitt. He's now joint top goal scorer. Alex Goig for Hamilton, they signed him. He's doing bang in the midfield for him. It's a very good. He's a good manager, and I think he knows what he's doing. And I think it's a very hard choice to make who's going to be the next Celtic manager. But it's one for whoever's going to come in for the board. But I'm sure that will have to happen first. The board will have to go, and it will have to all change before the manager comes in. And the players that leave are sadly going to be missed, obviously, but it's for their best interest for them to leave and get on with their career, as well as what Celtic need to do. Get on with what they need to do, back to winning trophies, titles, beating having a chance at winning an Old Firm now, because that's the last 4 Old Firms that they haven't had a chance. They've just sat down and they've let them walk all over them. It's just embarrassing now. But yeah, I think that's it for me today. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.